This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Have you ever thought about the question, who am I? Today I want to talk a little bit more about who you specifically are, because that comes from your past. Who you are today. I'm talking about the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you think, the way you speak, just everything about you. Where the heck does that come from? Have you ever thought about it? Because it's critical to understand that point. We are basically the environment we've been raised with. We are our environment. This is why it's critical that we have to believe that our past is not our future. That our past is the past and it belongs in the past. And that we can actually make changes in our lives that will take us to a different kind of future. Not just for us, but for our future generations. I would say 95% or more are dysfunctional families where kids come from a place of neglect and not having received their emotional needs fulfilled as children. That affects those kids as they grow up. And it affects their future if a change doesn't happen. You can make that change with the necessary information put into a system that you apply so that your future is completely different than what has been experienced in the past. You can actually break the chain by making wise choices one step at a time in order to change the future. Who are you? You come from your past environment, which means your parents had a huge influence on you. Now, you have to understand that your parents come from a place of love. And everything that they've done to you and for you and against you, if that has happened, has been because they loved you, not because they hated you. Now, if your life sucks, you might look at your parents and say, why did they do this to me? But understand that they did not know better. You can make the decision to change today no matter what has been your past and what has been your parents' influence upon you. Not only were your parents an influence on you, and they were the biggest. Second of all, your siblings. But guess what? They're a product of your parents as well. And those siblings had a huge influence on you as well. Do you understand now how much parents do for their children or don't do for their children, and how it affects every single child in the family? Next would be friends. Okay, friends growing up, especially if you went to school, which most of us have done, friends have shaped who we are. And if we didn't have friends, the ones who bullied us, the ones that we wish were our friends, but they actually treated us horribly, that shaped who we are. That shaped our self-esteem. It shaped the way we think. And maybe we had some teachers here and there that also influenced us in some shape, way, or form. We also have the media with TV and commercials and everything around us. But understand that your parents has been the biggest influence on you. Whether they were there or not there, that was a message that they sent to you. And if you had a very difficult childhood, that would produce a very difficult life, a very difficult adulthood. Because there are some things that were put in place in your brain, some attitudes, some emotional habits and ways of thinking that is so difficult for you to change overnight. I searched for Jeff Bezos' age. He's the richest man on planet Earth today. And if you do the same search on Google, Jeff Bezos 1998, and look at images, you will see a funny meme that basically has his attitude, his confidence level in 98, which is 21 years ago. 21 years ago, insane. And it says, I sell books. And he's basically like this feminine little boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And you can see 20 years later, he's like you see him with his, his vest and like looking real good. And he's like, I sell whatever I want. You got to understand that 20 years is 7,000 days where you have continuously progressed and made some itty-bitty changes to your habits and attitudes and the way you think, and understood your emotions, practicing seed retention, understanding women, understanding people, how they work, what makes them tick, understanding how to set up a business, understanding tax laws, understanding this, that, and the other. Or you could just believe that, you know what, I can't change my life. I'm stuck because my parents were this way and I've just had a horrible life and I'm going to keep having a horrible life. No. You can change your future. Your past is not your future. And it's easy. Understand, it's easy to change over the next 5, 10, 20 years. What's missing? The right environment. Understand that Jeff Bezos put himself in the right environment with people who continuously rejected him. He put himself in front of investors. He put himself in front of customers. He put himself online, and he put himself in front of employees and kept improving his approach, talking to people all the time. Understand that the way to become successful is to learn how to sell. If you never learn how to sell, you will never improve your life. The difference between those that got money and those that do not have money is understanding how to sell. Meaning having a product or service that you know people will buy, and then finding those people that want to buy but didn't even know that product or service existed or how to find it. You found them. And then you made a connection, and that's where the money is made. Do you understand? So what is the environment that I suggest? You've got to, number one, see your dreams and goals. If you don't see your dreams and goals, if they're not clearly defined on paper with pen and in your face, if you live by yourself, you can have your dreams and goals everywhere around your house. That will fire you up outside your brain. If you've got other people living in the same house, then keep it on your phone, keep it inside your cupboard, keep it where only you see it, right? Because if people see your massive dreams and goals, they're going to make fun of you. And that's not what you need. You need the environment that it's possible and that it's exciting and that it's going to happen. You're going to create those goals. It's probably going to take longer than you think to achieve them. However, once you actually start the process of achieving them, it's going to be so hard that when you do achieve it, you're gonna be so amazed how easy and how quickly it happened. It's when you start the process that it's so difficult, so hard that you lose faith that it's actually possible to achieve your dreams and goals, and then you keep reinforcing your faith. You reinforce your belief that it is possible, and I am doing it, and I'm not gonna give up, and I'm gonna keep going every single day, no matter what, because I know I'm going to achieve it. It's going to take a long time, but who cares? I'm not just doing this for me, although fulfilling my potential is for me, but it's also for my God. It's also for my family, my kids, their next generations, and next generations, and next generations. I'm doing this for the world to become a better place because I'm filled with the love of God. I'm filled with a passion to change people's lives because everyone has so much problems. There's so much problems in this world. And if you truly are a person who desires to help others, you gotta become successful. There's no excuse. Like Grant Cardone says, it's your duty, responsibility, and obligation to succeed and to fulfill your true potential. And you don't even know what your true potential is until you've written down massive, huge goals that you don't believe can be attained in this life. But guess what? They can. Your environment. You gotta be attracted to your dreams and goals. That has to be your environment. Once you understand your dreams and goals, you can begin to understand who your coaches need to be to bring you to that next level. Yes, of course, you're gonna have friends, and they're the ones who are kind of gonna shape you a bit as well. But if you can have coaches who's been there, done that, progressed on their journey towards success, tap into that. There's very few of them that are actually affordable, so they can't really tailor specific help towards you and ask you specific questions. If you get 5 minutes with them, amazing, okay, fantastic. But most of them, you're just gonna be able to see on YouTube and listen to them and try to grasp what they're saying. What I highly recommend is getting an affordable coach. Okay, someone that you actually can afford, but not someone that you can afford for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, but someone that you can afford on a continual basis, that you invest maybe 10-20% of your net income, if that is necessary, because that's gonna shape 80% of your life. If you don't have a coach, then you're basically just gonna be shaped by the people around you. So if you've got a job and you spend a lot of time there and you don't have a coach that's kind of helping you to get out of the rut that all of your fellow employees are at work, then you're gonna keep thinking like your fellow employees and your colleagues. If you've got a coach, he will help you to keep you on track towards your dreams and goals continuously. Even if it costs $150 or $300 a month, it doesn't matter if you know you're going to achieve your dreams and goals. I'll give you an example of my brother. My brother started with me paying for my coaching services because he wanted to achieve his dreams and goals 4 years ago it was. 4 years ago, he was fired up, excited, and I knew what I knew back then as well, and I helped him out for about a month or 2 months or so, and then we stopped because he couldn't afford it anymore, and so he didn't do it anymore. And guess what? 4 years went by, which is basically a huge chunk of his life. That was 10% of his life just passed by, and he's like, I think we need to start coaching again. And then we start coaching again, and it lasts for 2 months. I can't afford it anymore. And then he's not progressing as fast as he wants anymore. The time slots where he progressed the fastest, where he was most excited about life and most excited about the things that are happening in his life, were the times when he had me as a coach. This is no offense to my brother, it's just a rational observation of, imagine if he actually kept his costs down in every single other category of his life and focused on progression, focused on achieving his dreams and goals, focused on the disciplines necessary to progress and make things happen in his life. If he had done this for 4 years and prioritized the coaching, even though I'm his brother, yeah, I should be doing it for free. If I do it for free, he's not gonna take me seriously. And this also regards to you guys watching my channel. If you just watch my channel and never sign me up and hire me as your coach, you're not gonna do as much as you would have if you did sign me up as a coach. Once you start signing me up as your coach, you are 10xing your way towards your dreams and goals automatically for $150 to $300. Right, this month it's $150 because I got a 50% discount for No Nut November. Fired up about it. But the rest of the months it's $300 US. Some of you might be in countries that are very poor and then it's really difficult. For you guys, I recommend working for me for free and helping me establish this channel, helping me promote this throughout the entire world, and doing it for free in exchange for coaching. I've had a few people who've done that and it's worked successfully. Or if you've got the money, then tap into it. I've got clients right now who's making a lot more money than they used to 4, 5, 6 months ago simply because they signed up for coaching and they've taken it seriously. That is a huge aspect of changing your environment, because it's your environment that shapes you. And if you don't get something else coming in here, you're gonna get the same stuff that comes out. You need coaches, you need books. And books and coaches online, unless you hire one of them, it's not gonna change you as much, because you're still gonna be in your same mind frame, same thinking, same attitude. And instead of taking 1 year to radically change your life, it's gonna take you 5 years or 10 years. Understand the value of having a coach, guys, and making sure that your past is not your future. Make sure your past is not your future by doing that which you know is the right thing to do starting today. And I'll see you again in the next video.